The battle for Cheltenham's glory is well underway. Get a free £5 bet on any race on Wednesday at Cheltenham. Paddy Power.
Welcome to our Road to Cheltenham Wrap for the first day of the 2022 Cheltenham Festival. Centre stage, obviously, belongs to Honeysuckle, and they got the reception that they were owed from last year, didn't they?
They did, but I was greatly taken with the ride. It was a ride to win. It wasn't a ride not to lose. There's nothing safe about it. It was brave. I love it. I love that. I like that. You know, she tucked in at the top of the hill, Rachel Blackmore, went for the split inside, not so sleepy, got outside appreciated, but down here outside her. It wasn't safe, it was brave, and I admired that.
She felt that Rachel Blackmore felt she wasn't quite in the right position, wasn't ideally where she wanted to be, but the thing about her horse is she's got so much confidence in her, and Honeysuckle finds a way to win.
And Honeysuckle has an incredible turn of foot.
Yes.
And she opened up off the bend and put the rest to bay in a matter of strides, and then she only does enough. Look, it was wonderful to see, and yeah, and the reception was amazing, wasn't it? The
reception was fantastic. I mean, cheering and everything that Rachel missed and deserved last year. And I love the fact that afterwards, while Rachel was weighing in, we had 2 circuits at the paddock for Honeysuckle with everybody cheering and clapping the horse, as it should be for a 15-time straight winner.
She's an incredible mare, and you know, 15, I think it'll be 16 in Punchestown. You know, I do. I think they'll serve her. 17, 18. She'll be coming here for 19 when she meets Constitution Hill.
Oh, that's interesting. We'll come on to that in a moment. We should play due deference to...
See him, he told me that horse wouldn't stay one time. That's Ronnie Bartlett. He wanted to drop him back to 2.5 miles.
Statler. We'll get on to him. We should pay due deference to the runners-up in the champion hurdle. Appetite kind of lost her legs at the last, didn't she?
She did, but she ran her heart out. Appreciated, he faded. But I want to tell you what else did you. It was a slow race. They went steady, and it turned into a bit of a dash race, going to the right position, but they went steady, and it was much slower than the spring.
And appreciate it wasn't really jumping, right?
No, he wasn't. He was too high. Ground was probably plenty quick enough for him.
Zanahir ran well with the first
ran a cracker, yeah, suited him, but the slow race probably didn't suit Zanahir. He could have done with being dragged a bit harder.
Definitely
and
agree.
I thought Aidan Coleman was very good. Nepetant followed down and finished as close as he possibly could.
Yeah, she looked dangerous at one point, not to be, because Honeysuckle settled it, as is her trademark. Now, Constitution Hill blew the Supreme away. We were saying it's the most competitive Supreme since Out for Off, and Constitution Hill has just dotted up, you know, barely broken stride. It's just incredible.
It was phenomenal to watch. And look, Dysart Dynamo and John Bond played their part. Like John Bond set out and he wasn't going to give it to Dysart Dynamo easy. Dysart Dynamo went a really strong gallop, even compared to the champion. And they played their part, but Constitution Hill was cantering behind them every step of the way. He switched out down the hill, or switched in down the hill, and missed Dysart Dynamo falling. Nico had been outside him, switched inside him, and look, it was I don't know, I won plenty of Supremes, but I never saw a novice do that.
No, it was an extraordinary performance, and they're talking about going to Punchestown and taking on Honeysuckle potentially this season.
Yeah, but when they sit down and think about it, might they come to Punchestown and just win the Grade 1 novice?
I don't know. I think Michael Buckley is in sort of competitive form because he's wanting to enjoy himself. He's talking about winning the champion hurdle next year and winning the Gold Cup as well with this horse.
Look, isn't that what the dream is about? And isn't it great? Look, fair play to Michael Buckley. And, you know, Barry Geraghty and Maureen Ewing, they stood behind him. Nicky had him in incredible form, and if that's what Michael Buckley wants to do, fair play to him.
And the temperament of that horse will help him. He is just bomb-proof.
I heard Barry talking about it, letting Orla, Shifra and Rian ride him. You can see why.
Yeah.
Like, he's incredibly quiet.
Yeah. Normally he's asleep in the racecourse stables. Nicky said it was the first time he's ever been awake.
Yeah, he was awake, all right.
He certainly was. So we were 1-0 up for the British after the first race. We were 2-0 up after the second race because Edwardson won the Arkle for Tom Cannon, a first ever festival winner for him, and Alan King, his first success. It's Casandra's win in the Ryanair in 2015.
Very professional, great ride as well. Pulled him back at the top of the hill, jumped like a stag, and he looked to have the best form going in. He was a worthy favourite and he delivered really well. Delighted for Tom Cannon. You get an opportunity, you have to take them, and he took it, and it was great for him. But look, yeah, 2-0 up. I suggested that somewhere along the way and got abused a couple of weeks ago. It's where I was Judas, but I wasn't surprised.
It's interesting the way that Tom Cannon has stepped into the shoes of Wayne Hutchinson, who's stepped into the shoes of Robert Thornton. You know, Alan King likes to have a stable jockey that he can trust, and this now is the new team, and they can go forward.
Yeah, and Edwardstone's a very good horse. He was a decent hurdler, and he's a better chaser. Look, he'd be an exciting horse going into the Champion Chase Division next year to take on Shishkin.
Definitely, because last 8-year-olds to win it, Moscow Flyer, Size of Europe, top class as 2 mile chases. Eventful race, wasn't it? Anything else you want to pick out?
St. Sam was obviously got brought down. I thought Eberstone did well to avoid.
Yes.
Venetia's horse that fell and
Brave
Charlie
Jessica.
Deutsch. Yeah. Did I think anything else? No, Riviera de Tel.
Out to
Maybe
her
one
right.
race too far for her.
And out to her right the
yeah,
whole
and
time.
ground.
Yeah.
Drier ground compared to what she's been running on.
Yeah, we should mention the ground. Good to soft it was officially. Essentially, it was good ground, wasn't it?
The clock says it was.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, okay, into the Ultima. This was a super race, and it was won by Correct Rambler, Derek Fox on board for Lucinda Russell and Peter Scudamore, who rides the horse out all the time at home. A quirky horse, but a horse full of ability.
Yes, great ride. Missed obviously his standing start, didn't get out where he wanted to be, got a long way back, but I loved watching him on the overhead camera down the hill, out in great, and you know the horse ran on really strongly. Bit of a character.
Yeah.
Peter doesn't want him described as quirky, so we'll call him a character Peter. But he is a bit of a character, and he has lots of character, I'd say.
Well, Lucinda Russell did turn to one of the owners after the start and say, we're going to need a vintage Derek Fox from this point onwards.
And it was.
Yeah, it really was. I
yeah.
felt really sorry for Jericho Rock in second because he did everything right.
5 pounds out of the handicap as well, did nothing wrong. But yeah, Derek Fox, look, it's great to ride your first Cheltenham winner, but to do it like that, it's a bit special.
Yeah, and of course he's got Poise and Euro in the Brown advisory tomorrow. Could that be a sign of what's to come then? Then we had another Grade 1 immediately after the Champion Hurdle. Tell Me Something Girl in the same colours as Honeysuckle was going well 2 out when there was a fall with Indefatigable. In the end, it was Mary's Rock who came through strongly.
Stormed up the hill. Nick got a Bonville double for himself and Nicky Henderson. I didn't see it coming. I didn't fancy it at all. I thought the Irish would win it. Simple as that. But she quicker ground, quick and nicely. Thought it was a steadily run race.
Yes. Well, it seemed. I mean, I'm going to have to go back and punch the numbers.
Yeah,
but Nico was saying
you
it's
can
quite, thanks, quite strongly run. Anyway, I'll go back and take a look at it. Nicky Henderson had been quite strong on Mary's Rock. Then we had Gaelic Warrior. He was going to win, wasn't he? The Boodles Fred Win. He was just going to win it.
Just jumped right. That's what got to meet, wasn't it?
And out street smarted at the end.
Yeah,
as well
he
by
was.
Brazil,
yeah, definitely. But I think he threw it away jumping myself. Didn't jump well enough, and that was it. Ultimately, you got beat a short head. Like then you had to go straight at one hurdle to pick up a short head.
And a significant first winner at the festival for Porrick Roach.
Delighted for him. Got a big penalty for winning an ace, but I'd say he was relieved that he still managed to win with it.
And Mark Walsh was, as ever, cool as a cucumber afterwards.
Yeah.
He managed to win narrowly. Final race, Patrick Mullins had to wait till that to win. That was the National Head Chase, an odd one with only 6 runners, and it was Statler who managed to run down Run Wild Fred.
He did, yeah. And we were slagging Ronnie Bartlett there at the beginning. Ronnie didn't, here in November, thought we were going too far with the horse. So we went further, and the horse won.
I won quite readily in the end as well. So that's what happened on day 1. That's our road to Cheltenham Wrap. We'll see you tomorrow.
The battle for Cheltenham's glory is well underway. Get a free £5 bet on any race on Wednesday at Cheltenham. Paddy Power.